Think about your answers very carefully. What does being at the wrong place at the wrong time have to do with this insane chase that you went on? Any other questions of this witness?
Witness, Judge.
Any other witnesses?
Just Mr. Ross.
Mr. Ross, raise your right hand the best you can. Do you swear from the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Please, the court. Just for the record, state your name.
Kevin Ross.
And Kevin, state, the court needs to now decide what to do with you, right?
Yes,
Simple
sir.
terms. Send you to the penitentiary or possibly give you a second chance. What would you like this court to consider?
Give him a second chance.
Okay, well, what do you base that on?
Like ISF.
Okay, but what do you base that on? What good do you have to say that I possibly will succeed?
Got a job. When I get out, I got a job. 3 jobs lined up for when I get out.
You have a place to stay.
Got a house.
You have 2 parents that are very disappointed in you, but they're still supportive, correct?
Yes, sir.
One of them actually works for a prison system, don't they? Mom,
Yes, sir.
she knows what happens in there. That
Yes, sir.
is that it's not a good place for you.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell me why, once this court gave you a second chance, that you decided that you wanted to go and get in a car and try to evade a DPS officer.
You can say it again.
Why did you make that decision after this court gave you a second chance to get behind the wheel of a car and try to, I guess, get away from a DPS officer? Why didn't you stop?
It was like I was I was the wrong place, wrong time. And I was.
Did you really think you could?
How were you? Hold on.
Huh?
Think about your answers very carefully. What does being at the wrong place at the wrong time have to do with this insane chase that you went on?
Shut up.
Insane.
Shut
I mean, 127 miles an hour crazy. What does that have to do with being at the
I
wrong
was
place?
the wrong crowd at the wrong time. Like,
So the people in your car were the wrong crowd?
yeah, like I was just hanging with the wrong people.
And that's what made you run from the
When
car?
I stopped, they just were like, nah.
Just one moment.
It was just intense. Like, I stopped for them and they looked at me and was like, nah.
Because y'all were all doing stuff you shouldn't have been doing in the car. Right?
No, ma'am.
No?
I was coming from the house going to get something to eat.
Okay. Go ahead.
Are you asking this court to consider giving you a second chance at putting in you some type of program?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, I'm ready.
Like the last few rides, like it was just defending myself.
The last write-up you got is because you were urinating on something outside at the jail.
Said you were urinating by a door by the rec yard on Hughside.
When this was,
Then walked
March
down the
10th.
sidewalk, observed you, in fact.
That's today. That's today.
What's today?
they must have got the wrong person.
So this morning at 6:40 this morning,
Yeah, they got the wrong person. I came out of the dome at 7 o'clock, 7:02 on the dot. They woke me up late. She must have got whoever wrote it got the wrong person.
well, I'm going to check on that. Go ahead, though.
I just have comment in reference to the write-ups, Judge. I have no further questions of Ms. Ross.
All right. Any questions? The witness? All right. Go ahead.
Reference to the write-ups, Judge. I understand that there's a problem in jail, and I know the court is well aware of what's been going on there like this and talking abusively to the jailers, gambling, fighting. But I'd just like to, I know the court realizes that when you put 30 or 40 people that are accused of crimes, they're not the best people probably in the world, and you put them all in a dorm, calling the jailers names, being disrespectful. There is no need for that, and I would tell you that he is wrong, and he apologized for that when I talked to him, to the officer. But that's my comment on these jail things, Judge.
Ms. Malvina?
Judge, I don't really feel the need to tell the court anything that you probably, I know you already know. This wasn't his second chance. This was his third chance. Now he's asking for about a fourth chance. He squandered those opportunities, and then while awaiting your sentence, he cannot behave. I don't think that there's any reason to sentence him to anything less than the 8 years. The court's previously rejected a 5-year offer, and I think obviously that was a wise decision, and I asked for 8 knowledge.
Judge, there's no excuse for what he did. It could have turned out very bad, doing 100+ miles an hour. Thank God it was at night with not much traffic, because it could have, or he could have lost control of the car. He does have some
He
mental
did.
health.
He crashed.
No, he didn't crash.
Crashed out at 2225 Salisbury.
I saw it in
Drive.
park in front of the house. He actually ran into the house.
And climbed up into the ceiling and had to be brought down at gunpoint.
He didn't.
So what I'm looking at over here and reminding myself of, just because it's been a little bit, is several things. One, the underlying offense that you were placed on probation for in the first place, the evading arrest or detention with
Yeah.
use of a vehicle, where you ran from the cops in a car. You did crash in that one. I think with another vehicle, but anyway, you had a gun on you. And so then you get probation, and not, 5 months later, something like that, you're out while you're on probation at almost 1:00 in the morning in a car with 3 other people. One's a juvenile. There's marijuana in the car. There's an AR pistol in the car. And you run starting at 9th Street and 9th Avenue and 41st Street, and end up with DPS, Jefferson County, Port Arthur, Groves, and Nederland all having to be involved in a high-speed chase that went, you were blacking out, you're turning your lights off. I mean, it's just crazy. You're already on probation for the same thing. And then you do it, and you do it really bigger this time with a gun, hanging out with the wrong people. You are the wrong person, right? You can't say that you're hanging around with the wrong people when you keep being a part of that. It's not their fault. You were driving. You were out with them with marijuana and guns doing who knows what. Then you get in our jail and act like an idiot in our jail. And I don't agree with Mr. Burbank that just because you're in jail and it's a difficult situation, that there should be some kudos given because there's a bunch of guys living together and you can't get along. You are getting along. You're gambling. You are I mean, it's just the disrespect, the not following the rules just shows you got your opportunity on probation, chance 1. You've already had an unlawful carrying a weapon misdemeanor that you were given 6 months deferred probation for. You've already had a resisting arrest back in 23 that you got a probation for. A possession of a dangerous drug, you got a probation for. That one's pending now, a motion to revoke. So you've been given those opportunities. Then you get an opportunity on a felony, 2 felonies, and now you've got another felony. So continuing probation, it's not.
I can make an announcement.
Can he make a comment?
No, hold on just a second. I've just received verification of the incident this morning from the supervisor that they're saying that it was in fact Mr. Ross, who was written up this morning for the infraction that I already talked about. All right, Mr. Ross. What do you want to say?
About the write-up situation that you just said. The write-up that I get in the jailhouse, it don't be because I gamble. Like they play stuff at the table,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just at the table watching.
Right.
Everybody just get wrote up. We in the day room. It's the day room.
Right.
So everybody that's in the day room watching,
Like
get
you
wrote
were,
up.
like you were in the car and you're just around all the bad people. It's always somebody else's.
Then the disrespect. Every write-up they write, they put disrespect stuff. You only got to say nothing. Like when I try to plead with the write-ups with the gambling, I plead to them. Like, look, it wasn't me gambling. They agree to it, and then they still put it in the system. Once it's in the system, they can't take it out.
So when they put a write-up that you're disrespectful, they don't just put the word
They
disrespectful.
put
They put the
stick.
specific stuff that was said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we got wrote up, I go to the desk, tell them like, look, that wasn't me gambling.
And you said it like that, really respectful, like you're talking to me. That's how you
I
talk.
said, that wasn't me gambling. They like, nah, we're not trying to hit it. You was in the group watching, so you're getting wrote up with them.
Mm-hmm.
But we in the day room together.
Okay.
The disrespect, the write-up that you read to me last time, when he said I called him a B word,
Mm-hmm.
the lieutenant verified, ran the camera back and saw that I didn't tell him nothing
Okay.
and dismissed the write-up.
Okay. So if you keep getting in trouble for sitting around watching other people gamble, and it doesn't happen just one time, but you keep getting written up for it, at what point do you learn to go sit somewhere else?
When it's the day room, we 50 deep in the day room. We watching TV, getting on the phone.
Not everybody that comes in front of me is getting in trouble for gambling. There's somewhere else to go to not get yourself in trouble when you're looking at going to prison.
Try to sit on my bunk, fights come.
Okay.
I was
All right. At this time, Mr. Ross, in cause numbers, cause number 25 DCCR 1310, which is the new case, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. Going to sentence you to a term of 7 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. In cause number 24 DCCR 1198, find sufficient evidence to find counts
1, 2, 6, and 7, Your Honor.
Counts 1, 2, 6, and 7. You entered those pleas freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. And sentence you to a term of 7 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. Cause number 24 DCCR 1199, also find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1, 2, 6, and 7 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of possession of a deadly weapon in an institution, penal institution. Sentence you to a term of 7 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. These cases will all run concurrently, which means together at the same time. I've handed you the trial court certifications